Hey guys, it's Josh with Bane Tech. Right now I'd like to do a little review on the battery life, the battery itself, and just some tips that I can maybe help you with as far as your battery life management goes. Um, Little background on my usage. I'm a heavy user, um, and so my battery life is going to be a little bit different from your average user that doesn't use the phone as much as a heavy user. Um, when I wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning or so, first thing I do, I'm checking any kind of notifications I get, which is, emails, social networking, any kind of messages I get on Facebook and so forth. So I'm checking all those, clicking through those, and, an hour into the day, just periodically as I'm getting ready for the day, I'm checking stuff. And so right off the bat, I'm in the morning, I'm using the battery. And what I've noticed, just with the kind of usage that I do, whether it's games, videos, YouTube videos, calls, texts, downloads, whatever it is, I would say it's an average of about 10% drain per hour. Um, Again, that's for a heavy user. That's going to be because I got the phone turned on a lot. If you're at work all day, and you can't use your phone as much as like someone like I am, um, or as I do, you're not going to have that kind of battery life drain. So what I want to show you first is that where my battery is as of now. It's 3:40 p.m. I've had the phone on since about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's down to 42%. I have not put this phone back on the charger at all, except for the USB cable connected to my computer. To which, if you don't know this, that when you have your phone connected to the computer, it doesn't charge the battery that much. It's actually a slow charge, and so it didn't really make that much of a difference. Let me go into the settings here and go to the battery application, and you can kind of see some of the stats that I got going on. It's 42% discharging. It's been on for 7 hours and 49 minutes, and the biggest drain, like any smartphone, is going to be the screen. My cell phone standby comes in next, Android system, and then you start to get into some of the apps that I've used in recent minutes or hour or so that uses maybe some syncing, like TweetDeck, Chrome, and Facebook. Some of those, I have those sync options turned on, and so they're going to use the battery life a little bit more than if you just leave some of the sync options off and so forth, or auto sync, and or if you have it every hour. I typically just leave my sync on. Like I said, I'm a heavy user, and so I'm going to have a little bit more battery drain than the average user. I leave my GPS on. That doesn't drain too much, but it contributes to some of the drain. But the biggest factor that you're going to have in most smartphones is going to be your display. And so that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and downloaded, it's called, let's see if I still have it here, it's called Power Controls. You can download it from the Google Play Store, and it gives you some options for my drop down menu to where I can hit auto brightness, hit it all the way down, 50% all the way to 100%. I like that option a lot. Typically during the day I have my brightness all the way on, and that's going to be my biggest battery drain issue, is when I got my screen on top of browsing the web, checking my social networks, and which is a constant upload download type of speed. I like to use TweetDeck, and so when I go into this app, I'm hitting refresh, and it takes a minute or so to do that. But that's part of the reason why it would drain, is because I got the screen on, I'm scrolling through my tweets and my Facebook posts, and the screen's on at the same time, as well as when it's loading up any kind of post within TweetDeck. Now I do use these social networks here too, so you're gonna get some battery drain whenever you're using these kind of apps, because it's kind of like a live mode. It's trying to post the most recent news, recent posts from your friends or anything that you're following on Facebook and Twitter. Like I said, I keep my sync on, and so my emails are automatically pushed. Any kind of Play Store notifications, if an app needs to update, I have an auto update on, and so it automatically updates it. I don't let it have a choice. I just let it do it. And that's going to contribute to most of the battery drain issues. So I would say number one is going to be your screen, two, anything that's going to upload or download, and then three, just kind of, just the longevity of how long you're doing whatever activity you are doing on your phone. So next I want to kind of go on to some tips and tricks. One of the main things that I did right away was get rid of some of the, I didn't get rid of the bloatware, but I disabled different applications like Backup Assistant Plus, and the best way I did that was go to your application manager, hit all, find the app, and then if it allows you to, hit disable. But in this case I had to clear the data, and I don't use that app at all. What would happen is that anytime I would take a picture, listen to music, any kind of upload whatsoever, it would try to back it up in the background, and it would constantly come on. So that was definitely a contributor to any kind of battery drain. So I went ahead and disabled that. And the other thing that you can go into that will help your battery life is the motion. A lot of these are just not necessary to me. It's your choice. Some of these, you can tilt to zoom, tap at the top. It's a feature that if you tap at the top of the phone, it'll bring you back to the top of the screen. I don't use that much. I can just flip it with my thumb, and I'm right back up to the top or whatever. So I don't use that. The shake, the update, it's just all these features here. What they do is they're always looking for the opportunity to use that feature. So if you have it off, it's not looking for that opportunity, and it's not working in the background in order to try to use that feature. One of the things that I do like, or one of the features I did like was, but I ended up just to turn it off just to give that little extra battery life saver, was, let me see if I can find it. It's a direct call feature, and what that does, if you're in a text message and then you lift the phone up to your ear, it automatically calls. It's a nice feature, but if I want to call that person, I can just hit their contact photo, and it brings up their phone number or whatever phone number or email, text message, and so forth that I want to use. And so I kind of like having that option instead of having the direct call. So I went ahead and pretty much just turned off most of them. The only one I keep on is the palm swipe to capture, which is a screenshot. It's real simple. All you do is swipe your hand across it. To me, it's a little more difficult method of screenshots than what I've seen on other devices, such as the iPhone. You can just hit your home and power button, and it takes a screenshot. Other devices use that same method. I like that method better than a palm swipe. It's kind of awkward at times, but I do like the screenshot feature, so I keep that on. Another battery saving tip that you can use, again, is your brightness. I like mine all the way bright, unless if I'm in a dark atmosphere. So if you don't want to mess with it often, you can just get the app like the Power Widget app and hit your auto and set it to what you want. That's going to be a big battery saver there. It's going to be your screen and your uploads. Now, just to kind of hit on some of the stuff that I do on a regular basis and how my day kind of goes, as you can see, I'm at 40% now. We were at 42. Just going through all these options, showing you stuff. The screen has been on the whole time, doing a few features like a screenshot and so forth. It's already drained down to 2% less than what we started out with, which is, it's about normal. So I'm actually rather happy with the battery life. It's not that big of an issue with me. I normally have a charger around me at any point that I need it. It's quarter till 4 o'clock and it's down to 40%. If I wanted to, I could probably make this last me until I go to bed if I wanted to. So it's all in how you use it. It's how you set up your phone for your advantage. If you're going to be a heavy user and you don't want much battery drain, I'd recommend switching your mobile data off. In other words, syncing options. When you have apps working in the background, it's going to drain your battery. And so when you have your phone on standby, there's nothing happening that much with the phone at all. So I'd recommend shutting the automatic sync off on your options in any app that would use it, which would be like your email, Facebook notifications, and also your apps in the Play Store or any other social networking push. Just go ahead and turn those off. And if you have any kind of automatic download options like I do with my podcast app, turn those off too, and you'll save some battery. I hope this helps. If you guys have any tips for myself and that you can share with others, please do so in the comments section. I appreciate any comments whatsoever. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Bane Tech and follow my blog at banetech.wordpress.com, and go ahead on over to my Facebook page at facebook.com/BaneTechUSA. I appreciate you guys. Again, if you have any kind of tips that can help each other out, that's what we're here for. We're here for the everyday user experience. Thanks again. This is Josh with Bane Tech.